My beloved soul, I know there's a place within you no one else sees, a secret sanctuary of pain, a quiet room where, hidden from the world's gaze, your truest tears find their way. You cry into your pillow at night, so no one hears the sound of your brokenness. You cry in your car on the way to work, masking your tears with the radio's sound. You cry inside, all the while smiling on the outside, a master at presenting a facade of strength and control. And in this solitude, amidst these muffled cries, the most disheartening lie tries to settle in your heart, that no one sees, no one cares, no one hears. You feel as though your tears are invisible, evaporating into the air without a trace, never reaching heaven. Today, I've come to break your silence with my most tender and powerful truth. What I'm about to share with you can change your life, because you'll understand that your silent weeping is, in fact, the most eloquent prayer that reaches my throne. When you cry in silence, my child, I hear you. I don't just hear the sound, I feel the weight. Every tear you shed has a name, a story, a reason, and I know them all. I am not a distant God, indifferent to your suffering. I am the Father who leans in, who draws my ear close to your heart and hears what no words can express. Your pain moves me. Your brokenness stirs me. Your tears are precious to me. The Bible says I collect them in a wineskin. Think about that. I don't let them fall to the ground and get lost. I collect them like a treasure, because they represent the most authentic and vulnerable part of you, offered to me in trust. Before we continue, type this message of faith in the comments. Every tear of mine has been collected with care and love. By doing so, you're validating your own pain and at the same time receiving my compassion. You're declaring that your suffering is not in vain. Now, as we go on, I invite you to no longer be ashamed of your tears. They are not a sign of weakness. They are a sign of a heart that is still alive, that still feels, that still longs for me. Your crying doesn't push me away. It draws me closer. And today, I want to show you what I do with your tears. My precious soul, when your tears reach me, they become an instrument in my hands. They are not just a sign of your pain. They become the raw material for your healing and your miracle. The first thing your tears do is cleanse your soul. Crying is a gift I gave you. It's a cleansing mechanism. Every tear you shed releases emotional toxins, bitterness, frustration, sadness. Holding back tears is like damming up a polluted river. The water becomes stagnant and toxic. Allowing yourself to cry is opening the floodgates, letting the river run, carrying away the dirt and making room for the clean water of my comfort to enter. Don't fear your own tears. They are your baptism of healing. The second thing your tears do is water the seeds of your faith. It might seem like a paradox, but it's in the tear-soaked soil that the seeds of perseverance, humility, and dependence on me sprout with greater strength. It's when you're at your limit, when your heart is broken and the only thing you can do is cry before me, that your faith stops being theoretical and becomes real. Your weakness becomes the perfect canvas for my strength to be shown. Your tears are the rain that softens the hard ground of your heart, preparing it for the most abundant harvest you've ever seen. The faith that has survived the flood of tears is an unshakable faith. Now, before we continue this message, type in the comments, I trust in the Lord. By doing so, you're declaring that you trust my process, even when it involves tears. You're affirming that you believe your pain has a redemptive purpose in my hands. If this message has touched your heart and you wish to support this mission, click thanks and help spread words of light, encouragement, and inspiration to many lives. Moving on, the third and most powerful function of your tears is that they are your most potent intercession. When words fail you, when your mind is too confused to form a prayer, your spirit prays through your tears. And this is a language I understand perfectly. Single sigh from a broken heart moves my heart more than 1,000 eloquent prayers from a proud one. Your tears activate my angels. They move my arm on your behalf. They are your secret weapon in the spiritual world. Never underestimate the power of sincere tears before your Father. My blessed soul, I don't just hear and value your tears, I respond to them. And my response isn't always immediate and external, but it's always present and internal. My first response to your crying is my presence. The Bible says I am close to the brokenhearted and save those crushed in spirit. The moment your heart breaks, I draw near. I don't send an angel. I come myself. I sit beside you in your pain. I wrap you in my mantle of love. You might not feel me because your pain can be too loud, but I am there. I am the compassionate silence that accompanies you. I am the unexplainable peace that, for a brief moment, calms the storm in your chest. My presence is your guarantee that you are not alone in your suffering. My second response is my comfort. I am the God of all comfort. My Holy Spirit, the Comforter, is sent to minister to your heart in ways no one else can. He brings to mind a promise of mine. He gives you a glimpse of hope. He places in your heart the certainty that the morning of joy will come. My comfort doesn't deny your pain, but wraps it in a hug of hope, reminding you that your current situation is not your final destination. I, your God, am sending you a special sign. The sign you've been waiting for is in this verse, Psalm 56:8, which says, "You yourself record my lament, collect my tears in your wineskin. Are they not in your book?" See the intimacy of that. I don't just collect your tears, I record them. Every single one is important. Everyone is remembered, and everyone will be rewarded. Type in the comments, "I received this message and am blessed," and send love and protection to someone you love, declaring that their tears are also seen and valued by God. If this message has touched your heart, show your support with a thanks and help spread this message of light. Before we go on, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, do it now. By subscribing, you'll receive a steady stream of comfort and hope directly into your heart. Now, as we continue, my third response is my strength. By crying, you admit your weakness, and it's at this exact point that my strength can begin to move. While you try to be strong on your own, you block my intervention. But when you surrender in tears, you open the door to my power. I give you the strength, not to avoid feeling the pain, but to keep walking despite it. The strength to get out of bed one more morning. The strength to take the next step. The strength to keep believing. My strength is made perfect in your weakness. Presence, comfort, and strength. This is my immediate response to your tears. It's my first aid kit for your wounded soul. My beloved soul, for my healing response to be complete, there's one action I need you to take, even amidst your tears. It's the act of forgiveness. Your tears can stem from many places, but one of the deepest is the hurt caused by others. If you don't offer forgiveness, your wound will never fully heal. It will keep festering, and your tears, instead of bringing comfort, will turn bitter. Forgiveness isn't for the person who hurt you. It's for you. It's your way of saying, I refuse to let your offense keep holding power over my peace and joy. I refuse to drink the poison of resentment and hope you die. Forgiving is how you take back control of your emotional well-being. It's you pulling the knife from the wound so that I, the surgeon, can begin to stitch it up. I know it hurts. I know it feels unfair. But holding on to unforgiveness is a prison where you are both the captive and the jailer. And I came to set the captives free. Today, that captive is you. I ask you, as an act of trust, even if your heart still resists, to make the choice to forgive. Give me your pain, your anger, your desire for justice. I am the fair judge. I will handle it. Your part is to let go. And then there's self-forgiveness. You cry over your own mistakes, your shortcomings, the words you wish you hadn't spoken. Your self-condemnation is a whip that keeps you in a cycle of pain. My daughter, hear my truth. I have already forgiven you. The debt has been paid. Your insistence on punishing yourself undermines the power of my grace in your life. Receive my forgiveness. Set yourself free. In the comments, list the people, including yourself, you wish to forgive. Picture each one, send them love, and say, I forgive you and set you free. May peace be with you. Feel the lightness and freedom that forgiveness brings. Repeat this practice daily to strengthen your inner peace and release anxiety. By doing this, you're opening the floodgates for complete healing. You're allowing your tears to wash away bitterness instead of being colored by it. Your weeping will then become not a lament for the past, but a preparation for a future of freedom and lightness. My precious soul, your silent weeping, which I hear and cherish, has a purpose that goes beyond your own healing. It is transforming you. Every tear shed with a heart turned toward me is carving into you a beauty that superficial joy could never create. Pain, when surrendered to me, is the most powerful tool for character transformation. It is creating in you a depth that makes you wiser. You are no longer impressed by what is shallow. You have learned to value what is eternal, what is true. Your perspective on life has shifted. You have become an old soul, with eyes that see beyond the visible. Pain is creating in you a compassion that makes you more loving. Having known brokenness, you can now sit beside another broken heart, not with empty words, but with the silent language of empathy. Your presence becomes a balm. Your scars become your qualification, making you a healer of wounded souls. Pain is creating in you a humility that makes you more beautiful in my eyes. You no longer rely on your own strength, your own righteousness. You have learned the art of dependence, the beauty of surrender, and a humble and broken heart. My daughter, I will never despise. It is my favorite kind of heart. The woman emerging from this period of tears is not the same one who entered. She is deeper, more compassionate, more humble, stronger. The enemy intended to use your pain to destroy you, but I, in my sovereignty, am using it to refine you, to make you more like my son. What was meant to be your poison, I have turned into your vitamin. What was meant to be your end, I have turned into your most beautiful beginning. Do not scorn your process. The caterpillar, in its dark, tight cocoon, might think it's dying, but it is there that wings are being formed. Your cocoon of pain is forming the most glorious wings you have ever had. My blessed soul, your silent weeping, which is transforming you within, is also setting the stage for your public vindication. There is a purpose of testimony in your pain. Your story will not end in tears. It will end in triumph. And the contrast between the depth of your pain and the height of your victory will bring the greatest glory to my name. The people who see you now, perhaps with pity or judgment, who know your struggle, who may have even contributed to it, will be the same ones who witness my powerful hand raising you from the ashes. Your restoration will not be small or discreet. It will be so evident, so miraculous that no one will be able to deny it. I will give you double honor instead of your shame. I will restore the years that were consumed. I will place you in a position of honor, and your joy will be complete. And when this happens, your life will become a beacon. People will look at you and no longer see the woman who wept in silence. They will see the woman who overcame by trust, and your story will ignite hope in the hearts of the desperate. You will become living proof that I am a God who sees, who hears, who cares, and who acts. You will become the answer to someone's prayer who is today where you were yesterday. Share this video with 2 dear people who need this message of hope and trust. Let's build a chain of love and mutual support together. Leave a comment with a prayer of trust and hope. A simple, Lord, may our story glorify your name and inspire others to trust in you, aligns your pain with my eternal purpose. So, when you weep, weep with hope. Your tears today are the prelude to your laughter tomorrow. Your weeping is not the end of the story. It is just the dramatic climax before the glorious turning point that I, the author, have already written for you. Your happy ending is not a possibility. It is a certainty, and it will be much sweeter because of the bitterness you tasted along the way. My precious soul, as you await the full realization of your vindication, how should you live today? Amidst your tears, your stance is not that of a passive victim, but that of a worshiper who weeps. Your pain doesn't have to silence your praise. In fact, praise that comes from a broken heart is the sweetest sound to my ears. Learn the art of weeping and worshiping at the same time. Amidst your tears, begin to declare who I am. Father, my heart aches, but you are my comforter. My situation seems hopeless, but you are the God of the impossible. I feel weak, but you are my strength. This act of worship in the midst of pain is your greatest declaration of trust. It's you telling the enemy, you can touch my circumstances, you can touch my emotions, but you cannot touch my worship. My God is worthy of praise, in joy and in pain. This worship confuses the enemy, and it strengthens your own spirit. It lifts you above your pain and places you in my presence, where there is a fullness of joy, even if tears still fall. Another practice is gratitude. Even on the darkest day, there is always something to be thankful for. Your breath, the roof over your head, the memory of a happy moment. Actively look for these small rays of light. Gratitude doesn't deny your pain, but it prevents it from becoming your sole focus. It reminds you that, even in the middle of the night, the stars still shine. Lastly, practice sowing. Take some of your pain and use it to bless someone. Listen to another person's story. Give a hug. Send a message. By sowing the comfort you yourself need, you will reap an overflowing measure in return. Worship, give thanks, and sow. Here are your strategies to get through this time of tears, not as a victim, but as a warrior. And a warrior who fights with these weapons is a warrior who has already won. My beloved soul, our intimate time together is drawing to a close. My heart has been poured out to you. The truth has been spoken. Your silent cries have been seen, heard, validated, and embraced. Together, we've seen the redemptive purpose of your tears. You've received my immediate response of presence, comfort, and strength. You've been empowered to release the forgiveness that sets you free. You've understood the beauty your pain is shaping within you and the powerful testimony your life will become. And you've learned to worship even in your storm. Now, your loneliness is broken. You will never cry alone again. The awareness of my presence with you in every tear changes everything. For my part, I promise you I will not waste a single drop of your pain. I will turn it into an ocean of glory. Your story of sorrow will be rewritten as an epic of triumph. Your morning of joy isn't a maybe. It's a certainty, and it's closer than you think. Your role, my daughter, is simply to keep turning to me. It's to keep giving me your tears. It's to refuse to believe the lie of invisibility. It's to choose, each day, to worship, to give thanks, and to sow. Leave this encounter with your heart comforted and your spirit strengthened. Your tears are not your end. They are your beginning, the start of a depth, a strength, and a beauty you wouldn't know otherwise. Cry if you need to, but cry in my arms, because in my arms, every tear is a seed for a future miracle. If this message resonated with you and your situation, type, "In your presence, my soul finds rest and comfort," in the comments. Share your experiences in the comments about how this message helped you feel seen in your pain. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe to the channel for more faith-based content. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.